It's 4 o'clock, or nearly. We might as well almost call it 4 o'clock. Hang on a minute, stay there, I've just got to come over here. Right, welcome to today's movement snack. I'm so sorry, I've only just had time to put my t-shirt on after realising, well, my jumper, after realising that I'd still had my other work top on. I've not even bothered to put any makeup on this morning, so I do apologise, everybody. Perhaps looking a bit washed out over here. But hello, if you're here on a catch-up, all is well, and hopefully it is there with you too. If you want to get stuck straight in with your catch-up, yes, very quick wardrobe change there, Bex. I literally roughed all my hair up to go with it, look. If you're here on a catch-up, hello, fast forward this if you don't want the preamble, and you can get straight into crowbarring in your movement snack. I will explain why there's a really tiring hum of stuff going on behind me. I've put up with it all day. I have about had enough. But when there's a few more on board, I shall just make my apologies then. Right, so today it's Tuesday the 18th. Even though I peaked early and kind of thought it was Wednesday, as some of you know, I put up a welcome message for the noon snack today, and then got a text pinging from Bex to say, hey up, I thought you were doing tomorrow, not today. So yeah, I kind of peaked early with that, so I've already got my movement snack planned for tomorrow noon. Peaking at noon, hey. Right, let's see who's come to join me today. We've got a little revival, a little revisit to a sway routine that I delivered way back in 2020 in September time. It was just before my birthday. And the reason we ended up calling it Rangi Toto was because there's a certain move that's going to come in, and I called it the Grumpy Totem. And that prompted Odile to say, Grumpy Totem just reminded her of the word Rangi Toto. It's a place in New Zealand, an island out there that she'd visited before. So, so there we go. That's just a little bit of Rangi Toto history and where to find it should we be allowed to venture further than England at some point. I better say some hellos, but could you also prompt me when it's time to get going? Hello, Mrs. P. Hello, Sue Tilly. Bex is in, of course. Avril's in. Maddie's in. Gloria's in. I delivered. Was it painful? Bex. Diane Edwards will probably appreciate that joke, Bex, because me and her, we're kind of on the same wave. She's on the wave with a surfboard, though. And I probably fell over somewhere and hurt myself, no doubt. But hello, Diane. Hi, Kathy. You all right there? Vivian Dickinson's just come in, and hopefully Paul's right there by his side. He's your right-hand kind of guy, isn't he? Lovely and sunny, washing done, smoothed and folded. Well, I am impressed. Margaret Wood's just joined us. Hello, you. So just up the road in Chesterfield, sending you a wave. These waves go a long way, don't they? Landing right on your doorstep, and then you can send me one back whenever. I'm not fussed. Right, so just a little bit of information about the rather annoying noise that's going on in the background. If you can hear it, it's kind of a low rumble, buzzy kind of sound. And it's been rocking up through my house all day. The next door neighbours have got a couple of chaps in who are jet spraying literally everything in sight. They've been up and over the roof. They've put plastic stuff all over my windows, which has given my house a blue tinge. It's just come off now, actually. It might have just brightened up for us. And hopefully they'll be switching the thing off in a minute. Else they'll have me to deal with at 4:30ish when I've done with you lot. Right, is it time to go? Were you in Tesco at 12, Gloria? Brian's fault. Blame him. Blame him. Lovely bloke. Right, I think it's about time to do this, isn't it? Give you a 3, 2, 1, a rangi toto and a stretch to finish off our third and final planned movement snack of the day. But of course, optional crowbarring in opportunities may still present themselves to you a bit later on. Or if you're anything like me, then I'll just go to football with training with Neve, and then I'll come back and I'll sit my bum right on that sofa and watch a pretty darn good Netflix called Dark. It's German, but they've dubbed over. And if you can get over that, you can watch it. It's really good, but you've got to watch it. It's quite complicated. Is it time? It might be. Last hello then, Christine Rowland, you've just got in. Hello to you and Lynn down there in Penzance. Right, I'm going to do this. 3, 2, 1, good afternoon. It's officially 4 p.m, or it could be, I've just guessed that bit. It is Tuesday the 18th of May 2021. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton, and I'm from Later Life Training, and there's just a couple of things for me to say from our script of scripts before we get going, and that is check the space around you. Make sure that it's clear of clutter, free of anything that might get under your feet. Your chair is sturdy. You've got some external support available that's firm, not going anywhere if you need to use it to support your balance. You might have a couple of options around you as well for your external support. Right, I think I need to just move my camera, but whilst I'm moving my camera a fraction, have a go at setting yourself up in good posture from the feet or the bottom of the bottom upwards, lengthening, evening out, right side to left side, trying to share the weight and find your balance between right side and left side. You might have external support to the front or to the side of you, it doesn't matter. And we're going to begin with our circulation boosting by a bit of foot pedaling to begin with. This creaks out the ankles a little bit and the toes, but this should start warming into these low level, it's a low level leg march really, this, isn't it? Which can grow into a bit more of a fuller leg march. Just get your rhythm going, find your pace. And shouldn't feel too quick, shouldn't feel too rapid, these movements. Just something to flow and be able to maintain at a steady pace over the 2 or 3 minutes that we do Circ Boost for. Exactly the same applies in seated here. With the leg marches or the foot pedals, just work between those two options as you see fit. You might want to start bringing in an arm swing and get this movement really shifting from the shoulder joint. You'll feel your elbow driving back, so do try and fix your elbow at a kind of a 90-degree position there. Change sides in seated or standing, that's if you need to hold on. I thought I was all bog-legged then, hang on. Or you can bring both arms in together. And if you get anything like I just got just then, a little bit uncoordinated, you lose your flow, just stop, take a pause, reset, rewind, and then go forwards again with it. So both arms into the swing, both legs into the march. If you're losing your coordination a bit or feeling a little bit unsteady, then just come back to a point of external support. We want this particularly to boost your circulation, so get our bodies ready, warmed up, a little bit more looseness through the joints that we're moving here. Shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, feet, tootsies. And we can steadily start to reduce that down, really bring it down to a stop. And there we have your circulation boost. So just a warm fuzzy glow you should feel around your body now. Our rangi toto then. So we are going to begin with our arms by your side. You could have one hand holding on as we work through one hand and then change sides as we work through the other. Or you could just work through this on the one side, depending on what's happening with your other side, of course. Try your best to work through both arms equally as you can. You might want to take a slightly wider stance in standing, just get some softness into the knees. And what we're going to do is take a reach across the body, turn the palms up and draw the elbow back so that you're resting your fist on top of your hip. And then with the other side, draw the hand up, clasp, and then get the elbows back. So you feel really open in the chest, the elbows are back, and the fists are at your hip level. Same in seated. We've got round, draw, squeeze the upper back. Round, draw back, squeeze the upper back. Just take a few more flows through that. Now keeping the shoulders square to the front as you reach in across the body is nigh on impossible, I think. So if you've got a little switch and a twist and a turn through the trunk, moving the shoulders round with that reach across, then of course that's fine. If the head starts to move in with it, of course that's fine if that feels good for you. However, when we get to any turning, twisting actions where the gaze changes and the head moves, sometimes that can bring in a little bit of an extra challenge with the balance. So just be aware of that, and perhaps as you reach across, you just bring a small touch onto your support. So draw it back there, give it a squeeze, and then pop your hand down, and then off you go again. So a nice simple basic move to start off with, going across the body, moving a little bit through the trunk. I'm keeping my eyes focused on you lot, I'd like to say, but unfortunately I can't see you at the moment. And you can do this if you do tend to feel a little bit dizzy or unsteady as you move your head. So head movement is of course optional with the body movement. Squeeze back there, just take a small pause, do 2 or 3 more perhaps, and this is where we're going to start and finish our sway routine for today. So it's a sweep, palms down, leading perhaps with the thumb, back of hand, flick up, squeeze, draw back. So some small movements through the arm and through the wrist positioning and a bit of grip there. That warms you up around the trunk, doesn't it? I'm going to do one more because I always start on my right and always finish on my left. There we go. And there we have the beginnings of our rangi toto. Got to get that guy in a minute. Right. Are we ready for a stretch? A calm, relaxing stretch, everybody? Okay. We'll do our best. If you're in standing, you may want to stand here for our chest stretch, where we take the hands round to the side of hips or bottom, palms or back of hand, it doesn't matter, as long as you can squeeze your shoulder blades together and get some opening up into the chest area and around the front of your shoulders. In seated, you could do that. Alternatively, just take your hands a bit further back and just hold on low down. Squeeze the shoulder blades back together. And here, try and keep the chest high, the spine long, and keep lifting and lengthening through your neck. The only bit we don't want to be lifting is your shoulders. So try to press the shoulders down if you're finding they're sneaking up towards your ears. And there we should get a nice deep long stretch right down into the chest. Ease out of that. And if the chest muscles are a little bit tight, the front of shoulder muscles perhaps will be too, and they can have an effect of pulling the shoulders forwards and changing some stuff through your posture. So this is all about opening and increasing some flexibility. There we go. Have a rest out of it. You might have snuck an extra hold in there. Right, I'm coming down a little bit closer. Budge up, everybody. Make some room, and we're going to do our upward side stretch now. There's a couple of phases to this, depending on how your shoulders all feel. Could depend on what you choose for yourself. Seated or standing, it's up to you. The hand goes on to or towards the shoulder. We can give this a little bit of assistance in lifting it, keeping it quite close to your head, and here we'll start to lengthen down the muscles that we call triceps, 3 of them, and maybe you can feel that sensation of stretch around the side there, around your rib cage. Only go as high as you feel you can without it feeling forced or wrenched into a uncomfy position. Once you've held it there a few seconds, you might be able to get your elbow to lift a little bit higher. And you can either stop here, or you might want to hold on to the side of your chair or your external support and take an extra reach, and then an extra reach up towards the ceiling, and then ease on out of it. So you see the shoulders dip and then level off, depending where you are on that extra reach. They're doing me windows now. Here we go on the other side. I've just done that one. Let's change. Lifting the elbow. Easing it back into a stretched and lengthened position. Down the side and rib cage, of course, and from your elbow into your armpit, you might get some lengthening too. Hold it there. Maybe increase it. Just tease it back a fraction more if you can. So this is all about getting our arms into a higher position, a reaching position. We need to take elbows up to this position when we're taking our clothes off, putting clothes on, pegging, washing out, drawing curtains. We've held that for a while now. Let's progress. Hold on for an extra bit of support in seated or standing, and let's dip the shoulder and lengthen down, fingertips to the top of your hips. Keep breathing. Right, rearrange jumpers and t-shirts and tops, because that would have made them ping up a little bit. We're going to head into a stretch for the calf now. I think we'll do calf next. Let's see. Let's pop that a bit further forward, so at least I've got a decent space to stride back into. A little bit closer to your external support, both hands on. Top half stays pretty much in this position, and have a stride back. Now you might want to readjust your front foot as well as your back foot, and just have a little check of the back foot that it's pointing forwards, rather than toes kind of straying out to the side. Hips square to your support, and a bend through the front knee takes us into a little bit of a lunge position with this front knee, but the stretch is catching the back leg, the calf there. Keep lifted through your top half and through your spine, and if you can catch a reflection of yourself, we've got a bit of a diagonal line going from the top of your head down to your heel. Hold it there, 12-20 seconds, or anywhere in between, and then have a change of sides in standing. Now in seated, we have the one leg straight. We don't need to do anything with this top half, but just try and maintain our comfortable, improved posture. The toes here, the foot, toes are being pulled back with a little bit of an extra push of the heel coming through if you can. And you will get a stretch in the calf muscle, the belly of the muscle there, that might feel a bit uncomfy, but that's okay. We know that we've got it in the right place. If it feels a little bit uncomfortable, but we can tolerate it. It's tolerable. There we go. Change sides when you've done on that side. You might feel something different here as well. You might feel, I did some fast, long walking yesterday, and I can feel the shin, the muscle along the shin is working there as well. But that's not stretching, that's working to hold your foot in that pulled back position. And it's the calf where we experience the stretch. Relax, recover, ease off. And I'm going to invite you stander-upperers to come and have a sitter-downerer with us. And we will do the muscle for the back of thigh, and we'll finish off with an inner thigh muscle stretch. So coming from standing to seated, if you're not there already, ease yourself down and get a crowbar in, an extra bit of strength work for your thighs there. Forwards position in the chair allows you to straighten out that leg without any restrictions at the back of your thigh. Bit of a difference here from the calf stretch. We've got a loose ankle. We have a straight knee, but not a knee that pops. So keep it straight. Here's where we change the top half a little bit. We go from lifted, lengthened position, high onto the sit bones there, to a tilt. Now this is a hinge from the hip rather than a round through your posture. Head high, chest lifted. We've still got some space between ribs and hips. Ease your way into it as far or as little as you like. You've got the legs still straight, hopefully the knee's not popped up. If it has popped up, reverse a little bit and then have a go again, but perhaps don't lean so far. Back of the thigh all the way up to your bum bone is pretty much what's stretching in there from the back of knee. Ease it forwards a little bit more if you feel you can, because once we've held a stretch still, then our body can get used to that and actually switch off some of the stretch restrictors. Lifting tall, because at some point our body will say stop. So we stop, then hold, then the body might say, yeah, that's getting a bit comfortable, I'll give a bit more, and then we can lean a bit more and get a bit more out of the stretch and overall improve flexibility over time. Getting down to low levels, we require back of thigh flexibility, calf flexibility for walking, getting down and up from the floor. For doing any of your, I know some of you go to yoga and Pilates as well, that we're getting back to some stuff, aren't we? Right, I'm going to move my chair and we're going to have a go at our inner thigh stretch. So from that forwards position in the chair, we'll go a bit wider, have a walk out with your feet, place them a bit wider, turn out the toes, turn out the knees to follow the same direction, give a little press on your inner thighs there, and if you're not quite getting much, lift up tall and then take a little bit of a lean forwards. Now with the hands in this position, you're kind of bracing yourself and pressing the knees wide, but notice whether you're up here with your shoulders and just try and relax the tension away there as you lean forwards. And hopefully you've all got a pair of trousers on as well, but remember I can't see you. So this helps with getting in and out of a car, or what Beck's linked into today, getting yourself out from underneath a table, turning over in bed if you're going onto your back to get over. Then you may require your knees to come a little bit wider as you make those turns wherever you are. We're done. There we have your Rangitoto sway routine and a good old stretch on the end. It's drove me crazy today, Sue. Thank you. This is why I'm looking tired, you see. No, it's just an excuse. Right, thank you all. I will leave and not put you through any more of these guys with their jet washer outside. Pleasure as always, people. Thank you very much, and I will catch you tomorrow at 12, but not 4. Note to self. Have a nice evening, you lot. Thank you.